And welcome to the AWS Cloud Computing course. So we'll start exploring in the things on cloud computing and Amazon Web Services and what are the services products which are available through cloud computing to the consumers or the customers. We'll learn how basically cloud computing or Amazon Web Services has been elaborated or has been existed, and we'll also play around with most of the services or the products which are available from the Amazon Web Services. Good morning, guys. I'm getting a couple of charts from the students. So we'll start with first with my introduction. My name is Satish Panaganti, and I have over 6+ years of experience into AWS cloud computing and system administrations. Are you able to hear you guys? I think somebody is not able to hear me, so can you guys confirm through chat? Are you able to hear my voice? Thank you, Rahul. I think I got you. I think Mrudul, check from your end. It seems you might have some issue. Try to unmute you if you have mute. Hi Mrudul, are you able to hear my voice? If you're able to, can you confirm through chat? Okay. Thanks, Mrudul. Thanks, Ajay. Thanks for your confirmation. Uh, so we'll start our session. So prior starting with our training sessions, uh, introduction to the cloud computing, and so Vijender, actually you have mute. So you guys have muted. When I unmute you only, you can speak or you can talk. So if you want to interactive with me, you can just post. You have any questions or queries through chat, or maybe you can raise your hands. So first we'll go with the introduction. So as I told you, I have around 6+ of years of experience into AWS cloud computing and system administration. I hold different certifications from Linux, ITL, and as well as from AWS. So first we'll go with the introduction of the each and every student. So what I will do is, guys, I will make you unmute one by one so that you can introduce yourself to the session. 1 second, guys, I'm getting some disturbance. So okay, guys, I'm back. So first we'll go with your introduction. So I will unmute you. So one by one you can speak. So you can introduce yourself to the class. So that first I will start unmuting by one by one. So first I'm going to do with Charles. Hi, Charles.
Hi, this is Charles actually, and working in Harrison as a system Linux administrator.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, what else to be can introduce like basically I'm
Now,
from Tamil Nadu, and past 5 years I'm working here in Harrison. I'm looking forward for career growth. So attending this AWS training, which will hopefully uh, looking forward. This training will help for my career.
mm-hmm. Okay, okay. That's it, Charles.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, how can I spell you? Is Charles or Charles?
Charles, actually Charles it is.
Okay, Charles T. Uh, thank you,
Charles.
Charles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. Now I'm going to unmute Mr. Himmat Patel. Hi,
Yeah.
Himmat.
Hi, Satish. Good morning to all.
Yeah,
Uh,
very good morning.
uh, yeah. Actually, my name is not Himmat Patel. It is Himmat Patil.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Thanks for confirming.
yeah. I'm working with emphasis currently, and
Okay.
I have total. 7 years of experience in software support and development.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this AWS course will be a big point for me to start a new uh, point of my career in the cloud computing. So I am
Mm-hmm.
totally unaware of what is meant by cloud computing and all the terminology. So
We'll
let's
cover.
hope that
We'll
this.
cover all these things.
And currently, I'm with a software development firm emphasis in the Pune location.
Thanks for your introduction, Himmat Patel. So I hope you have pronounced correctly.
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Okay. We'll go with Mridul Bharadwaj. Yes, Mridul.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Hi, I am working as an IT executive in a cyberspace networking solution private limited,
Mm-hmm.
and currently I am from Delhi,
Mm-hmm.
and I support a company Lifelong India Private Limited, and there my work is like system related issues or and mailing issues.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And I am doing this cloud computing because I want to enhance my career in this field.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good.
May I know your name? Because that time voice is not coming.
My name is Satish. Are you unable to hear my voice or what?
No, now I can hear you. That time when
My name is
first
Satish Panagan. Satish Panaganti.
Satish.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Satish.
Yeah. Thanks, Mridul.
Welcome.
And where I'm going and unmuting Mr. Nasimha.
Hi, good morning all. My name is Narsimha Sudhams. I hold
Mm-hmm.
a MSc in computers and an MBA from Symbiosis, and my experience is 7 years. That is completely into ITES sector. And since
Mm-hmm.
4 years, I'm not working anywhere. I was taking care of my family business. Now that we have ramped down the entire business, I wanted to make my career in cloud computing, and that's how I'm into this training. Uh, I'm I don't have any knowledge about software industry. Hope I'll gain all those things through Satish. Thanks all.
Um, Thanks, Nasimha. Hope you will. You should, I think. Now I'm going and unmuting Mr. Rahul.
Hi Satish, good morning.
Very good morning, Rahul.
Yeah, Satish, I am Rahul Bhargav and I am working as a system administrator in Indore for a company, IT company, Webdunia. And I
Mm-hmm.
have worked on AWS services like RDS, EC2, and many of the services. And also our architecture and our client's architecture, micro client's architecture is on AWS. So I want to enhance my skills so that I can improve the architecture, improve, optimize the servers, and all these things, and become a certified AWS associate architect. So that's my goal
Mm-hmm.
plan for the future.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I want to learn these skills, all these skills of AWS, how to use many of the. I know some of the services, but many of the services I don't use. So I now want to learn some of those services and become a certified associate architect.
So you already certified or you want to certify?
Yeah, I want to certify. I have worked in some of the services and EC2 means,
Got
but I have, don't
got
have
you.
that
Got
much
you.
knowledge.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Got it,
yeah,
Rahul.
yeah,
Thanks, Rahul. Thanks for your
yeah.
introduction.
Okay.
And I'm going and unmuting Mr. Vijender. Hi, Vijender. Uh, Vijender, are you there?
Satish?
Yes, Vijender, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, my name is Vijender. I have
Mm-hmm.
total 5 years of experience into Linux administration. So currently now I am in Bangalore. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
switch my career to AWS cloud. So that's
Okay.
why I joined this course. I want to learn as much as possible, and I want to switch this domain.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thanks, Vijender.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, we have a new participant just came in. Uh, Hi, Tanmay.
Hello everyone. Hi Satish. Uh,
Yeah, can you
my name.
introduce?
Yes.
Yeah,
So I am
go
Tanmoy.
ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am Tanmoy. I am in the IT industry for the last 11 years. For the last 5 to 6 years, I am into project management. So I have managed all sorts of projects from ITIS to IT infrastructure. So
Mm-hmm.
my viewpoint of joining this is that I am interested in this cloud computing field, and I need to equip myself with this concept so that if I get a chance to move into this field and do project management, I am ready for it and up to it and add value to that.
Mm-hmm. Sure, Tanmay. Thanks for your introduction.
Thank you, Satish.
Um, okay, guys. I think that is it for the introductions. So hope you guys have a good learning from this AWS cloud computing sessions. So first, any topic or any technology which we are going to start, first we are going through it or learning. So we'll start with definitions. That's for the basics. So we'll go with some definitions of cloud, and then we'll see some characteristics of the cloud computing, and we'll see some basic introduction to virtualization and how it is actually relevant to the cloud computing. And also we'll see what are the different types of terminologies we'll use in cloud computing on Amazon Web Services. Then once we completed all these definitions, going through this all these terminologies and everything, then we'll start in putting hands on into the Amazon Web Services. So prior to that, we'll also see some basic, some introduction to the Amazon Web Services, like who they are and why they have came into it, and what are the services they are providing, and how they have started, when they have started, and where they are now. And also we'll see some different vendors who is actually providing the cloud computing apart from Amazon. So why they have different, and why Amazon are different from the other cloud computing vendors, other providers. So we'll all going to see all these things. So once we complete all these things, then we'll start and jump into the Amazon Web Services by signing up. So once we're signed up, we'll start using the and playing around with Amazon Web Services. So as I told you, first we'll start with some basic introduction to the cloud computing. So that is what our first topic. So the first topic is introduction to cloud computing. As you can say, so in this particular, the first session, the first class, the first topic is uh, in the introduction to cloud computing. We'll see our roadmap is to introduction to the cloud computing, and why cloud computing, and what are the benefits of using the cloud computing. So first we'll see some, as I told you, some definition about cloud computing. Hope you guys all see my screen. If you're not able to see my screen, please let me know. So first we'll see some nice definition of cloud computing. Thanks, Tanmoy. Thanks for confirmation. And we can open yes. So this is a normal. It's a nest. We see the definition from the nest. So how actually they have defined the, they have put the definition of the cloud compute. What is cloud computing is. So the same definition has been there in the in the Excel sheet as well. So you can see that here cloud computing is a model for enabling a ubiquitous and convenient and on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources like network, servers, storage, applications, and services that can be rapidly provisioned and released. So it's a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. So the configurable computing resources are like networks, servers, and storage, applications, and services. Like what actually they are providing means the cloud computing uh, providers are providing to the consumers, means to the users. The users can have on-demand network access to a shared pool, means a big pool of services. If you say like network, the servers, a bunch of servers, or storage, a bunch of storage, like some TBs of storage or petabytes of storage, and different applications which are actually currently running on today's technology or today's world. So what are the different applications that driving the technology? So those applications are available in AWS. uh, it's a NIST is a university, Charles. So I'm just they have defined this cloud, so that's why I'm just going through these definitions which they have provided. It's like a Wikipedia kind of a thing, how you will have some kind of a definitions, right? So you have all these things like this. Okay. And also and you can see that that can be rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction, means like the cloud provider interaction. So we can rapidly provision means in cloud computing means create or launch, and released means removing or terminating. So we can create and we can terminate the services or the resources what we have seen, like network, servers, storage, applications, and services. Will create and terminate as when we need on demand. So we'll see what are those services, like as we discussed, as you're saying, some network, servers, storage, applications, and services. So how networks were there, how servers were there, how actually storage is available, and all those things we'll see. So in the next classes, and one by one, and each and every service we'll try to cover. So based on that, we'll see all these computing resources will cover one by one. And so with a management effort, a minimal management effort, like with using some minimum basic interactions with AWS, or which is just minimum few commands or few clicks with Amazon Web Services with minimum management effort. So once we are done with the minimum effort, and also with service provider, with or without of a service provider interaction, like we don't need to directly interact with Amazon Web Services or the cloud computing provider. We can directly by ourselves we can create and release the computing resources or the services. And also this cloud model is composed of 5 essential characteristics. So we'll see what are those essential characteristics, and you've seen that we have 3 service models and 4 deployment models. So we'll see all these things like essential characteristics, 3 service models, and 4 deployment models. So this is the basic definition of the cloud computing. So we have seen some a basic definition. So we'll try to see what is cloud computing in our basic terms, or where you can understand a better. So instead of going through the definitions and all, so we'll try to see an example for the cloud computing. So for this example, just one second. Okay, so here is a person and his name is John. So here is a person, his name is John. So he loves listening to music and as well as watching movies. So what he did, he bought a desktop machine, like a Windows kind of a thing, and then in the Windows he has somewhere around like a 500 GB of hard disk space. So like all the music albums and movies he has put in it. So the new movies are releasing and music albums are releasing day by day or maybe some quarterly or monthly. So what he did, so he's not sufficient with the 500 GB. So what he did, he bought the DVDs or CDs, and then he is putting all his music and movies into the all these CDs and DVDs. So to put all these DVDs and CDs, so what he did, he bought a rack where he can actually put all his CDs and DVDs. So like when he is listening to some a new album, or when he is listening, or when a new movie released, so what he's doing, he's actually downloading or getting or buying those music albums, buying those movies and put it copied to DVDs or CDs and putting into the rack, so which he has in his room or home. So by putting what is it, when he wants to listen to some music album, or when he want to watch a movie, so what he did, he will take out the particular DVD or CD and put it into his desktop machine, and then he watch or he listen to the music and he watch the movies. So this is what he is doing it. So this is around this is actually happening around like 10-15 years ago, think like. So now, which we already said that it's around 10-15 years ago now. What is his current position now, what how he is actually listening to music and how he is actually watching movies and that. So when we have around 10-15 years ago, we have the desktop machine, so we have the with DVD drive which is attached at the CPU, and we are playing with it, and we're putting the CDs, DVDs and it, and we are done. But these last 10 years or 15 years, like all the world has moved into smarter and smarter. Like what it means, like we are not much using only to desktop machines. We're also having some other devices, like you can see it as a laptop, and also we can say that we have tabs available for us, and also we have the smartphones. So think like these are all so I'm not a basically a designer or a painter, so that's why it's a laptop and tab, and think like this is a smartphone. So the world is moving very smarter and smarter, so we have laptops, tabs and smartphones. So as he's fond of music and watching movies, John, what he did, so he bought laptop, or he bought maybe tab or maybe smartphone. So today in this world we might be having some smartphone or maybe tab or maybe laptop, at least one device. We in this today's world we have one, either one of three or maybe two of three, or maybe some guys have three of three. So that's fine, we have moved the world with smarter and everything is in our hands, that's fine. But what about the John's love of music or love of movies? So when he has a desktop machine at 10 or 15 years ago, is using DVDs and CDs. So now what is his current scenario? He's either he's using laptop or maybe tab or smartphone. If he's using laptop, that's fine. He can basically put the DVDs or CDs into the laptop. If he has a DVD or CD tray, then he can listen to the music or watching movies. But what happens if he's using a tab? Because we cannot put a CD or DVD to tab, or maybe we can't put it to the same thing will applies to the smartphone. We can't basically put our we don't have a DVD or CD tray for smartphones at all. So how we can access those movies or music albums? How we can listen to it? So what he needs to do? How we can get those data, or where he can put those music albums or the movies. So in the previous example, 10 years or 15 years ago, he is put his some CD or DVD rack, where he's buying some DVDs and CDs, putting in his rack. But in this now current scenario, he's using some tabs or smartphone, so he can't directly put those DVDs, CDs into the smartphones or tabs. So where he can store those movies or the music. So what he needs to do, or how, where he can store this particular data in today's world to access from any device like laptop or maybe tab or maybe a smartphone, or maybe still if he is using from the desktop machine. So we'll see how we can do it. So then the actual thing came up, the technology came up called the cloud, the big cloud. So what is cloud means, like the same example we have seen, like the same example, his name is John. So what he will do is either he can access from his smartphone, or maybe he's having some tab, or maybe his laptop. So think like it's a laptop and tab and smartphone. And now what he did, he'll store all his music albums and as well as the movies in the cloud. So think like this is a big cloud. So he's storing all this like music, movies, and all this storage here. So he's putting and storing all this storage here. So once he uploaded all the storage, what he has like the movies and music, then he can access from any device. Like let's say if he is using a basic desktop machine, he can access. So he just need an internet connection. So with that internet connection, he can access from a desktop, or the same way he can access from a laptop, or he can access from a tab, and as well as the smartphone he can access. Means using that smartphone or maybe tab, he can listen to the music albums which he has stored on cloud. He can watch the movies which he has already stored. So any new music album came out, released, or any movies has released, so what he do, he will go and buy it and upload it to the cloud, so that when he has a free time, then he can go and watch it. So this is how actually the cloud computing came into the picture of the world and today's world. So this is the basic introduction, a simple example. So we'll try to see another example. We'll try to see some another example as well. Okay, we'll try to see okay. We'll try to see, his name is Krish. So he's not fond of any music or any movies, but he wants to start a business. Basically he wants to start a business, and let's say he want to do business like same like Flipkart or Snapdeal or maybe Amazon. Like he want to start a business, e-commerce business. So what we call it as e-commerce, the Snapdeal, Flipkart, or what we call this e-commerce sites, electronic commerce, so that he can sell his goods. He can sell his goods to, or the electronic devices, like all the stuff he want to sell to the consumers or the customers around the world, or maybe around India or something like that. So we want to start. So we'll see now, is the guy name is Krish, and he wants to start a business. He want to sell the basically products, like he want to sell some goods, like might be electronic devices, or might be some refrigerators, ACs, or maybe gadgets, or maybe some clothes. So anything, so anything and everything. So basically he want to start a shop, he want to start the business on a shop, and he want to sell it. So this is what he's actually intention, and he wants to do a business. So we'll try to we'll try to see how actually he can implement with cloud and without cloud. So first we'll see without cloud. So we'll see some without cloud, how basically he can uh, set up his business, like as we told, like he want to sell his business on online to the customers and consumers. So what he needs, as we told that for he want to buy all these things, like he want to buy, sorry, he want to sell his goods to the customer. So what uh, he needs some servers, he needs some computing devices like servers, and he needs some storage as well, and he needs some internet access to the servers, and also he needs some electricity, because without electricity no computing device will work. So he need all these things, like he needs some servers, and also he needs some application on top of the server. Like application means when we are opening flipkart.com or when we are opening snapdeal.com, we are seeing a page, a website. That website is called here as an application. So that's what I'm telling you. So in terms of application means it's a website. So he needs an application, he needs some servers, and he needs some storage like hard disk to store all his products, like what he wants to sell to the customers or the consumers. And he need internet access to those servers. Then only the consumers from different places around India can access to that application, like how we are accessing a Flipkart or Snapdeal. And also he needs 24 by 7 electricity, and as well as 24 by 7 internet access, so that we can access throughout the day whenever we want, and we can buy. So for he needs an application, server, storage, internet and electricity. So internet, he can go to some ISPs, internet service providers, and he can buy a line, maybe dedicate a line, and then he can go to the electricity department, he can buy a new connection. Okay, that can be done. And what about the applications, the servers, the storage? What you need to do, you need to go to some IT shop. And so once he is in IT shop, then he needs to buy his servers and data storage and everything, like how many servers he wants. Like let's say he want 10 servers, or maybe 100 servers, or maybe some 1,000 servers. He wants to be very big or something like this. So based on his requirement, as his financial situation, and how much he can basically afford to create that business. So what you need to manually go to the IT shop and can buy it out. So if the resources is available, like the computing resources available in the particular IT shop, those guys can deliver to his home or office where he has is starting. So once it is shipped, so once it is, let's say, think like he has bought a 10 servers for his application, for this e-commerce application. So once it is done, so once it is shipped back, then what you need to do, so we all know that once we have bought the laptop or desktop, what we need to do, we need to install the operating system. Might be Linux, Windows, or Mac, anything, whatever you think. So what are the flavor of operating system you want to basically install? So once the servers are shipped out to his home or office, then he need to install. For that installing, he needs some IT support guys, wherein who can support and install. Then what he needs to install, it will take some time, like a half an hour to 1 hour for basically it's depend on the operating system for an each and every machine. So it will take, then once after the installation, then what you need to do is you need to put the network, you need to put all the servers in a network. For that he needs some, again, some network administrator kind of a guy, where he can require to set up all these things for internet access and all. And also once you put install, and once you put the network access, then he need to install his application, like how we are installing some applications in our Windows machine, or maybe some Linux. So how we basically install, so like he will install some application, some website, it's look uh, like as we discussed, like Snapdeal, or maybe Amazon, or maybe Flipkart. So we'll install. So these are the different things he needs to do. So what he needs for application, he needs to go for manually, and servers he needs to go for it, and storage. So all these setup, all this we are discussing, it will take around maybe minimum it took 2 to 3 days. If everything is done perfectly, or maybe within 1 week he might took. So like how much time he's spending on to just start his business, just for starting his business. So this is how with the cloud computing we discussed. Now we'll try to discuss the same thing with cloud computing. So as we discussed for his e-commerce business, so what are the different requirements? As we discussed, we'll see some applications we discussed, and we see some servers as well, and we'll see some storage, and we'll some internet access, and also we'll see some electricity. I'm not a good hand writer, guys, so if you cannot understand, just put it through chat so that I can understand that you didn't understand my writing. So if you're fine with it, that's fine. Okay, so these are the basic requirements, and also with these requirements, maybe he needs some IT support guy, or maybe some network guy who can do it, some network administrator or something like this. So it's again, it's a manpower he's required, or maybe he's already having some knowledge into it, so that they can not also required. But the remaining things for like application server, storage, internet, and electricity, these are all the mandatory requirements for it. So we see he wants to buy this, he has to go to the IT shop, he has to go to an he want to go to he has to go to the ISPs and then bought a new connection. But now the same with cloud computing, what he can do and how much time it will take. So he want to create some servers, or he want to create some storage, like he needs some 10 servers, or maybe he needs some 10 TB of storage. How much time it will take to create? Maybe within 2 minutes. You want to create 10 TB storage, or so how much? Maybe within 1 minute. So 2 minutes, or maybe 1 minute. You want to install some application, maybe with 5 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes based on the applications, or maybe 30 minutes, take it as. And maybe you want to go for internet access to the servers, no need. By default, it's already available by the cloud computing providers, so you don't need to take care of anything. And also same will applies to the electricity. So these two things, as I discussed, internet and electricity, those will be handled by the cloud providers. So you don't need to take care of the internet connections, internet availability to the servers which you have created, and also the electricity for the servers which you have created. So they will handle, the cloud providers will handle all these things like internet for the servers and electricity, and those should be available by 24 by 7 to the customers or the consumers. So they will do. So here how much time it has to, like within half an hour or maybe 1 hour. So take as 1 hour, we can, the same guy as it is Krish can start his business within after 1 hour. Maybe some took like its application is big, so it take 2 hours. So whatever is, without cloud computing, maybe he took minimum 3 days, or maybe like 1 week. But wherein once using the cloud computing and the technology which is provided in today's world, he can spin up his business, he can spin up an e-commerce application within hours. So we have moved from the days or the weeks to the hours of the minutes. So this is where actually cloud computing using makes sense to the customers, to the users. So this is what the basic introduction to the cloud computing and why we need cloud computing and where we are using it. So, and also uh, and the next question is, are we using the cloud? The big question, like you said, you've just you guys come for this session, and you want to learn some cloud computing, but are we using without knowing cloud? Yes. The big question, the big answer is yes. We are using the cloud even without knowing the cloud, or without knowing the concept, or without knowing how actually they're designed, how actually they're accessing, how actually we are using it. Like if you're using maybe a Twitter, it is on cloud. Are you using on Facebook or something like that? It's on cloud. Are you using Gmail or Google? It's on cloud. Are you using Amazon.com for shipment? Are you using Snapdeal or something? Everything is on the cloud. So you know or you don't know, these are all the services which we daily use, like Twitter, Gmail, or Facebook. So those are all is available in the cloud. So they're all set up on top of the cloud computing technology which is available in today's world. So we didn't know that we're using the cloud computing resources or the services, but still we are actually using it, this all these through these all these services like Twitter, Gmail, Facebook, and all. So they have their own cloud computing infrastructures and all, but we are using all the cloud computing resources means the applications which were hosted on cloud even without knowing that those are hosted on cloud. Okay guys, this is actually the are we using it or not. So we know that we are using it, the cloud computing now. Okay, so this is all about this cloud computing, basically the basic introduction. So how we can use it and what is cloud computing, where it can be utilized. So as you can see in the next definition, we have seen like um, the main important point here we can show it. We can see here that is that can be rapidly provisioned and released. So provision means, as I told you, that create means launch, and released means terminating. It means you're releasing the service back to the cloud providers. We say that we can rapidly means we can fast, quickly we can create and terminate. So we'll try to see some creating and terminating within some scenarios, some examples as we discussed with like Christian Jan. So we'll try to see. So we'll try to see okay, a company called Cloud Jumbo Private Limited. This company name is Cloud Jumbo Private Limited. So I think it's not existed. I'm just telling you guys for an understanding. So it's a Cloud Jumbo Private Limited to basically use the cloud. So what? So they will have some products like maybe some CMS or maybe some e-commerce, so like same like a Snapdeal and Flipkart, same like. So those guys have some created and developed, designed some products. So they will go to the customers and they will say that we have some products, uh, we can give it for some amount. So we can give it like we can sell this product to you so that you can utilize our services or our applications, like how we are buying the Windows from Microsoft, the same way, or maybe how we are buying the Mac from the Apple, so the same way. So what they can use, so let's say here again some guy, a company, a new store, like think like same Flipkart. So is a company, so they want to basically use this e-commerce application. So they came and they want to host. So they want to first before going to use this application, they want to test. So basically they want to test, I mean see how the what are the features available in that particular applications, like how actually products are available, maybe how actually the checkout process is happening, and how basically you can see the description of each and every product is available, and how you can categorize the products. Like if you can go to the clothes, you can only see the clothes. If you go to the electronic gadgets, you can see only electronics, something like that. You can see the computing, if you go to the computing sections, you can only see the which is related to the computing resources like laptops, or maybe some external hard disks, or maybe some pen drives, thumb drives, everything like this. So like you just want to explore that new application which is provided by Cloud Jumbo Private Limited. So what it needs to do, so for that we need to spin up the application on the servers. So let's say for maybe he's a big customer, so maybe he has uh, this Cloud Jumbo Private Limited created 100 servers for the Flipkart and installed this e-commerce application on it, and given back access to the Flipkart for testing and going through the this particular application which is designed by Cloud Jumbo Private Limited. Now they have seen and they have going through each and everything, like they have from the top to bottom they have seen all these things. uh, okay, they want to go with, and they came up, okay, they liked it the application. So they see all the features what they want in this particular application, so they want to go ahead with and use it. But as we see here, the Cloud Jumbo Private Limited has created 100 servers, but Flipkart they don't want maybe think like 100 servers, they only want a 50 servers maybe, which is a lesser servers than what actually Cloud Jumbo Private Limited has given to Flipkart. Or maybe think like instead of lesser, think like more. maybe they don't want only 100 servers, because the application which they can access throughout the world or maybe throughout India, so 100 servers will not fit. So they might be need some another maybe 300 servers, maybe something like this. So what is, either you can less or the customer, based on the customer requirement or maybe the client requirement, either you can use a minimum servers or maybe you can use the maximum servers. It's basically how they want to business, basically how they want to, how many users they're expecting, how much traffic they want to, and how many products they want to available to the customers, excuse me guys, and all these things. So what it is, okay, that's fine, we have seen that. So but the same example what we seen for the crash. So well, let's say for the a new client come, so this Cloud Jumbo Private Limited bought 100 servers from the same IT shop. Let's say some each server cost for, let's say, 10,000. Think like a 10,000, and he has bought the 100. So it's like some 10 lakhs they have invested for creating this application and giving back access to the Flipkart. So they have invested some amount, and the same thing, they have go to the IT shop, they bought some servers, and it has shipped and installed and configured and given back to the customer, like the client here, Flipkart. Now what is the situation now? No, what's the problem? As we discussed, he don't want, maybe think like he don't want 100 servers. So what he needs to do, he want to only use 50 servers. That's fine. As already we have 100 servers, we can give only 50 servers. But what about the remaining 50 servers, which you already bought from the IT shop, the local vendor? So if you don't have any existing clients, if you're not getting any new clients, then this 50 servers or the machine should be ideal, because we can't use it for any other purposes, because it's not like a single server or maybe one or two servers. So we can't use this 50 servers. It might be a waste of money which we have uh, basically incur or used for this particular client or particular customer. The same way means this 50 servers will be ideal, and if a new customer comes, we can allocate this 50 servers. But if those guys will not came, or the new customers is not actually liking the application, then they will not come. So the servers will be in idle state. So whatever the amount you have put, whatever the amount you have used, will be in idle, and it will not getting any money out of it, and it's in the idle state. So you can't be able to use this particular 50 servers. Let's say we'll try to see the same example with more servers. So as let's say Flipkart want to use it and they liked it and they want to use on more servers, or they are expecting some more users or more traffic with this application. So what they want to use, they want to increase the servers. So as we have here, we can see the Cloud Jumbo Private Limited only provide 100 servers, but Flipkart has requested for more. 300 means he needs more another 200 servers. The same thing, what he needs to do is he will go to the IT shop, then bought the another 200 servers, and then came back, install application, sorry, install operating system, install application, and give that application or the servers to the Flipkart. So maybe same think like once it is done, so you can see that we have might be in 50 servers or maybe in 300 servers after maybe 6 months or maybe after 1 year, and Flipkart came back to the Cloud Jumbo Private Limited and says that we are getting more and more traffic, so we are not, the servers which you have created 300 might not be useful, so we want to maybe increase another by 200 servers. Maybe they want to use they want to add more 200 servers, because we are getting a lot of traffic, a lot of uh, users are getting, the clients getting into the application and buying the goods from the Flipkart. So what it's again, you do the same cycle which we have discussed. So or maybe think in a different way, like instead of adding, think in a lesser. As I discussed, he has bought 300, but whatever the traffic he has expected, he is not met. So he don't want to use it his application under 300 servers. Maybe he want to only reduce it to 100 servers. Again, you will get some 200 servers in the stack, and that would be an ideal. Again, you cannot afford to use this 200 servers for any other application, something like that. So wherein if you use the cloud computing, the same example, so what you can do it. So if a client came, and he wants to test it out. If you want 100 servers, you can create 100 servers, and then after 1 week, he's tested out and says okay, so he want only 50 servers. You can directly terminate the 50 servers, and you can only use this 50 servers to give back to the application to the Flipkart. So it's Flipkart. So what you need to do, you can only give a 50 servers. You can remain it. Delete means the terminate the 50 servers, or maybe the 50 instances we say in cloud terminology. The servers, 50 servers. He can delete. So how much? Let's think of uh, here, as I discussed, cloud computing is on demand actually. So on demand means we'll discuss what is this and all, but let's try to understand for a simple thing like it basically chargeable basis of hour. So it will like think like, let's say 100 rupees per an hour. Think like for an each hour 100 rupees per an hour. So if you're using 100 hours, like think like the same at 10,000 per an hour or something like this, or maybe some 10 rupees per an hour, something like this. So if he came back after 1 hour, after 1 week, and he says he don't want 200 servers, he's only want to just 50 servers. So what he can do is he can terminate the 50 servers, and he can only use for the 50 servers. So here, how much he's losing, or how much he's what are the amount he's spending on the servers, and how much he's losing on the amount. So basically, if we compare with the traditional where he's going to IT shop and buying the goods and installing here and configuring here and buying the servers, and once the customer say that I don't want to or this 50 servers or maybe 100 servers, then what he needs to, he need to reduce the servers, but remaining stack will be in the ideal state. Where in cloud you don't need to. So how many you want to create, you can create within minutes. You want more 100 or you want more 1,000 servers, you can create within minutes. And you don't want something, you can basically terminate, means delete. Or else, let's say uh, in software industry, so what we can have like in some, we'll have some different environments. Like we'll have some environment for testing the application, or maybe we can see some production which is on the live, and we can have some development instance or development. We can see that development as well, so which normally developers will work on here. So it's again bunch of servers. This bunch of servers, on the bunch of servers we have installed some application. So think like this service of servers. So we have dev and we have production and we have test. So what it will do, this on these development servers, developers will continuously working to develop the new features, or maybe resolve some issues which were found in the production. And you can see the production is in the live, so the customers are coming and using it, so you can't change anything on the production. So what you will do, you will not touch it. So that's why we have created some dev environment as well as in the test environment. So wherein once you are done with the development, so we'll move all the changes or the applications which we did to testing. So the testers will come and then test this application, like and the test will throw the application like what are the features the customer requested, or maybe the customer is using or customer is asking for the, or what are the issues which you a customer raised, or maybe the consumers means the users and the end users has raised. Are we able to resolve those things? Are we able to add features and all, so they can test it out? And once they test or once they develop, then what they will do, they will migrate, means update, upload the changes to the production. So we'll take some downtime in the production, and they say that they'll update or upload or migrate, and what are the word or the terminology you want to use, they will basically update the production. So once you are done, think like the production is over, everything whatever the particular Flipkart or maybe the customer is actually looking for is done. So once we've done the production, everything is done on the live, means which is available. We don't need this dev servers or maybe the testing servers, because everything is done, the project is over. So the same example, if you are using with the traditional IT, then these servers here, the development servers as well as in the testing servers, will be in the again in the idle state. But wherein compared to the, if you are using the same scenario in the cloud, so what you need to do, you can create the n number of servers, n number of environments here, and Once you're done with it, you can basically delete it. So what are the amount you're spending on the servers or the resources or the storage, the applications, you're basically minimizing it. Means the customers are benefiting from the cloud, using this cloud resources instead of using the traditional IT resources. So this is how they can use it. So this is what the cloud computing into, or how we can use it, and how basically we can use the services, like how can create and terminate. So we'll see in the coming sections, like how to create the instances, how to create the storage, and how to delete it, how to do all these things. We'll try to see in a bigger way, so we can see it out, all these things. So this all this for the fundamental sections and all. So that's what it is. And also we'll try to see some we'll see some examples of cloud, and actually we'll see actually what exactly cloud and how it works. We say if you want to create some servers, if you want to upload some data, we said we need to pay to them, because cloud providers or the vendors will not give this servers or storage for free. We have to give some amount, which is very lesser, extremely lesser, wherein compared to traditional servers and storage, where you can buy it from the IT shop or somewhere. But still, as we discussed, we need to pay to them for using their services, their resources, like applications, servers, storage, everything, the network, everything. So we need to basically pay to them. So how actually we can pay, how this pricing will work, how they can say that this is for if you create one server, and how much this is for this much. If you use these servers, 10 servers, this is for it. If you use 1 TB of data, maybe 100 GB of data, so this is this much of it, like 100 rupees or maybe $100. So how actually it will work. So we'll try to see how actually the pricing of cloud computing in a bigger picture now. So we'll try to see some same like examples, so that we can basically understand easily using the examples how actually cloud computing works. So we'll try to see electricity department here. So everybody using electricity in their homes, organizations, offices, everywhere, in the shops and all. So electricity is like a utility service. So what you can call it as a utility service. So what is meant by utility service means, so if you bought a new house, or maybe if you construct a new house, what we'll do is we'll go to the electricity department, say that hey guys, I need a new connection for my new house, or my new office or something like that. And what they will do is they will give you a new connection to your new home, or maybe new office. So once they give the connection, so what you need to do, you will use the electricity services, like the power, you will use it. So you'll use it for TV, watching TV, you'll use it for AC, you'll use it for refrigerator, you'll use it for fan, anything, like you all the devices, you'll use it for cooking. So everything, like whatever we normally daily using it, so we'll use it. We'll get the connection from the electricity department, we'll use throughout the month, we'll use it throughout the month. So once we use the throughout the month, we'll get the bill at the end of the month, or the maybe the start of the next month. So we'll get some bill, some amount, like let's say some 1,000 rupees, think like. So the 1,000 rupees, which is for the amount of power or the electricity which you used in the last month. So how much we will get is how much we use the electricity. If you use lesser, we don't have AC, or maybe we don't have a refrigerator, we just only for using cooking and watching TV and listening to music and all these things, we'll only using, we'll get some lesser amount. Wherein if you're using more, a very, your house is a very big, and you're using some basic, some bunch of refrigerators and ACs and all the lighting and everything, so you'll get some more bill. So it's based on how much you're utilizing the service, or how much you're using the service. If you're using less, you'll get the bill less, and you'll pay the less. If you're using more, you'll get the bill for the higher amount, how much you used, so you can pay it. So what I'm trying to say here is, basically it's called as on demand. The word or the terminology we can call it as on demand. But if you want to use today AC, we can use this. We don't need to go and tell the electricity department saying that, hey guys, this is summer, so I want to use AC, so can I use it? So you don't need to tell them that the electricity department, I want to use this or something like that. So if you want, you can use it. If you don't want, you can turn it off or switch it off. It's like this. So on demand means on your need, basically. So if you want to use it, you can use it, or if you don't want to use it, you can switch it off or maybe turn it off. But you don't need to tell the electricity department saying that I need this, I need that, or something like that. So what you will go and get the connection from the electricity department, and you will use the services or maybe the what are the requirements you want. You can use it, and once you have used, you'll done the payment with the bill, how much you get. So what I'm trying to do is, it's a utility service and we'll pay for what we use. So how much we used, so we will only pay for it. So if you use 1000, we'll pay for 1000. If you used only 100, we'll pay for 100, or maybe you're using only 500, then we'll pay for 500. So we'll say we are using and we are paying it, that's fine. Now we just got the connection from the electricity department, and we are utilizing the service, we are utilizing the power. Do you ever think, or do we ever think, like how they actually generating the power, generating the electricity, or maybe how they're transforming or transmitting the power or the electricity to your home? So think like this is your home, from a power grid. Think like this in a power grid, where they're storing all the power or the electricity from the power grid. They are giving a connection from the power grid to your home, so that you're utilizing the power on or the electricity. So you don't know that how they are using, how they are generating, like either generating to thermal power as or they are using the nuclear technology to generate the power, or maybe they are using the coal mines or the coal to generate the power. So you don't know basically how they are generating and how they are transforming, and as well as who actually working under this electricity department to give the utility service called the power electricity to your home. So you don't know anything, but still we are utilizing the service, and we are, whatever the service we are utilizing, and we are paying for it. So we don't know all the things like how they are generating, how they are transmitting, how they are, who are the persons actually belonging to this electricity department, who is actually working at 24 by 7 for us to give the power. So we don't know who is working in night or who is working in day or something like that. So we don't know who. So we are getting the power and we are utilizing it. So we are paying for what we actually using it. So this is called, this how actually normally electricity department works. So this is called, again, it's a utility service, and we are using the electricity on demand. So why I'm trying to tell you all these things, a big story, because of the same thing applies to cloud as well. Cloud is, again, it's a utility service, as like same like the electricity at the power, and it's also on demand. So we'll see that electricity is an utility service, means what you'll do, you will pay for what you used. So how much you use, you'll pay. The same like in the cloud, we'll see Narasimha all this in the pricing. So just now try to understand what is cloud computing and all. So we'll see how actually they can use. But it's like how much space you are using, you'll only pay for it. It's by the hour. Most of the services are the products which is available in the cloud is basically by the hour. Like if you used for 1 hour, you need to pay for 1 hour. If you're using 10 hours, you need to pay for 10 hours. There is also some services which can on prorated basis, like if you use for 30 minutes, you need to pay for 30 minutes, something like is also available. We'll discuss in the pricing model, and when we are going to the deeper and deeper into the different services and products which are available in the cloud. So for us to understand the basic definitions and basic how actually it works, the pricing works, we'll see as a utility service, and it's an on demand. So you can pay for what you use. Let's say you have used 10 servers for this first month, or maybe the previous month, you can only pay for this 10 servers. Or if you are using 100 servers, maybe you will only pay for 100 servers. Let's say you have used 10 servers for the first 10 days, and then after 10 days you have increased to 100 servers, means you used another 20 days for 100 servers. So you'll only pay for like this. It's not like you'll not pay for 110 servers. You'll only pay for how much the 10 servers cost for the 10 days, and also the 100 server cost for the 20 days. So you'll only pay for how much actually basically you're using. As same like electricity, it's a cloud, sorry, it's a utility service. We'll pay for what we used. The same like how many storage, how much we are using. Are we using 100 GB, or maybe are we using 10 TB, are we using a 1 petabyte or 1 gigabyte, anything, how much you are utilizing the storage, how much you are utilizing it, and here you will only pay for it. So this is how actually the pricing will work. And we say that it's on demand. We discussed, we say that it's a on demand. So we say that it's an on demand, we discussed. So what is on demand means, like same like our electricity department, the same like the electricity department, what we are using, we are not telling the electricity department that we are using ACs, refrigerators, TVs and anything. So what we are doing, we are using all the services without letting them know. We're just using the services, or we are just using the power or electricity for all the or medical or services, or maybe for the internet entertainment and everything. So we are not letting the electricity department know that we are utilizing it. So what we are doing, we are using it, and we are paying back. And we say that on demand means, so maybe the first 10 days in your home you are only using maybe only TV and some cookers and all, some cookers for cooking and all. But after the 10 days you go and bought some AC, or maybe some refrigerator or something like that. But so you'll pay for the same thing. You'll pay for the 10 days. The first 10 days mean how much you used, and the remaining 20 days how much we used. The same like. So total month how much you used, you will pay for it. So we are not letting them know like for this month, like I will only use the 500 rupees amount of power or electricity. We are not telling electricity that we will only use 500 rupees of the electricity, or maybe some 1,000 rupees of electricity only I will use. So I will not cross the 1,000 rupees interval, or maybe I will not cross this period. Something like that we are not telling it. If you use, we'll get a higher. If you're not using, we'll get a lesser. That's called the on demand. If you want, you can use it. If you don't want, you cannot use it. So it's on demand means on your need. If you want to use it for today, you can use it. If you don't want on tomorrow, you can no need to use it. The same like it applies to. The same like as we discussed, the cloud is also, it's a utility service, and it's an on demand. So this is how actually the cloud pricing of the cloud service works. So this is the basic introduction to the cloud, guys. So next we'll see some the characteristics. So we all see some a few examples of cloud computing where we are using it, how the customers or the consumers are benefiting it, how the pricing works and all, and how actually we can use it and all. So we'll see all the basic definitions and basic with some examples. Hope you guys understand what is cloud computing and all. So if you even didn't understand much, also don't worry, because we have all the course is there, so you can you can understand session by session, or maybe topic by topic. You can understand what it is and how we are doing and all. So we'll take a break, guys. It's 10:15 now. Like I think we have crossed around 1 or 15 minutes. So it's like 10:16 now here. So take a break for 15 minutes. So we'll come back at 10:30. Shortly after the 15 minutes. So have a break, guys. So once we have completed the break for the 15 minutes, then we'll start with the remaining topics. We'll see some. The class will be for 2.5 hours, guys. So I mean, I'm not sure which time zone are you working. If you're only from India, then it's like 9 to 11:30. So normally it will be end by 11:30. So if we have some topics missing, or maybe like we can extend by half an hour or something like this, maybe 15 hours, but we'll try to close it by sharply by 11:30. But the class is for the 11:30. So have a guys came back at another 15 minutes, 10:30, have a break and come back. We'll discuss the remaining things. Thank you guys. Hi students, hope you guys completed your break, as I also completed my break as well. I'm getting some questions as well, like Mridul, in cloud all services are on demand. Yes, Mridul, that's what the cloud is into. So everything, the services, whatever they're providing is all on demand, everything. What do you say? So we'll see the services what we have in the course curriculum, and we'll try to see how they are on demand and how we can use that on demand and as a utility service. As a utility service, we'll try to see. So as we discussed, so in just the few minutes back, we have discussed like what is cloud, how actually the companies are using, or maybe how actually the customers are benefiting from it, and how actually the cloud computing works, the pricing actually works. As we discussed, like it's a utility service and it's an on-demand. So we'll try to see the 5 essential characteristics of a cloud. So we'll try to see. So these are all the different essential characteristics of any cloud. If you take Amazon, if you take Google, or if you take Microsoft, if you take Rackspace and anything, these are all the different characteristics. Uh, Once again, guys, am I eyeing another question? Again, Himmat Patel, as we discussed, whatever you're using or whatever you're provisioning means you're creating, it will be all will be on demand. So we'll discuss one by one so that you can basically understand when we are going jump in right into the Amazon console or Amazon management, where you can understand how actually doing it. So you can understand. So everything is on demand. You just, if you want to use it for yourself, you need to pay. If the client want to use it, they have to pay it. That's it. So guys, make a note of your questions. Guys, what are the questions you have? Just make a note of it, because why I'm trying to tell you is, so what are the questions you might be getting? Some questions will by default resolved by the explanation, or maybe the next topics which we are discussing, or maybe the next few minutes, or or maybe in a few hours you can have all the topics will be covered. So what are the questions which you're having, the queries? Just put on a paper or maybe remember the questions. So once we completed all this session, right? So look, today's session we'll have, at the end of the session we'll have a question and answer session where you can ask the questions and we can directly interact. I mean, what are the questions? I'll try to answer each and every questions what you guys have. So make a note of the every questions, guys, so that we can have the session go smoothly. So that's what I'm it's a suggestion, guys. I mean, if you have some suggestions, you can also post it on the chart. So if you can just just within one just 10 seconds, that can yes and no or something like that, I can do it. But still, if you're having some questions, and I'll just make a note of the questions, put on a paper so that you will not forget, and you can ask, and we can also even why I'm asking you to make a note of it and all, because you have some bunch of guys, so the question you might be having might not having by the another person, they might be having a different question. So that if we have in all the question and answer sessions, so that everybody will came to know that what the question you're asking and what the other persons you are asking the questions about, and so it's like this. So you might be 2 or 3 people having the same kind of a questions for there. So instead of I'm going through each and every question on a go, maybe if you have a question and session so that we can discuss, I mean, that will be good. So that's why I'm asking you to do it. So just make a note of it. We'll discuss every question. There's nothing in it, so we'll discuss everything. It's not like I will not do it or something like that. We'll discuss with every question, whatever you have, what are the question which is surrounding or roaming in your mind, I will do it. I'll resolve it. So this is how it is, guys. So we'll try to see as we discuss the essential characteristics of it. Like as we discussed, it's on demand. The first is on demand, and the next is broad network access and resource pooling and rapid elasticity and measured service. So we'll try to see understand what is this actually the essential characteristics of a cloud. So these are all the essential characteristics of a cloud. It's not like only to AWS, or it is only applicable to Azure or maybe a Google or Rackspace. It's not like this. It is applicable to every cloud services. Whoever they are saying that we are cloud means they should pose this characteristic. These are the minimum, the basic essential characteristics of every cloud. So we see on demand, as we discussed with an example with utility service, electricity. We see when we need it, we'll use it. That's called the same thing which we already discussed. That's a on demand. So when we need it, we'll use. We want to use 100 GB, we'll use it 100 GB. If you want to use 1 TB, we'll use it 1 TB. If you don't want to use 1 TB, we'll delete 1 TB and we'll terminate the 1 TB like this. So on demand, if you need, we'll use it, and for that we'll pay. And broad network access. We'll see the first example with the John, where he loves music and movies. Uh, so has his phone, a smartphone, or maybe tab. How he can access him. We see that he's uploaded to the cloud. That's what we discussed, and he can access from there. So in the same example what we discussed, you will have a laptop or maybe desktop or maybe a smartphone or a tab or something like that. So the broad network access characteristic, what it depicts is like you can access or use the cloud services from any device with the over the network, means using the internet connectivity on maybe a smartphone, on a tab, or maybe a desktop or a laptop. You just need an internet connection to your device. What might be your device? It might be a laptop, smartphone, tab, or desktop. Just need an internet connection. We have the internet connection, then you go and access it. That's what the broad network access means, which the existing devices which has the communication to the internet. Using that, we can basically access the applications, services, storage, data, whatever is available under the cloud. That's what the broad network access characteristic. And the next, another interesting characteristic called resource pooling. So if you guys understand resource pooling at this point of time, that's fine. If you're not able to understand, just keep it, guys. Think of it. So what is resource pooling means? So think like a pool. Pool is like wherein a bunch of some amount of material, might be anything. It's a what? It's a pool of resources, or maybe a pool of men. If you take a group, or a pool of animals, or maybe a pool of services, pool of materials, a pool of vehicles, something like that. So here resource pooling means he will pool the resources, means he means the cloud computing, the cloud provider or the cloud vendor will pool his resources, means he will pool his let's say he has 1,000 servers. He will pool in a pool, he will maintain the 1,000 services. Let's say he has 10 TB of data, then he will pool the 10 TB of data. So the customers will come, and a customer A will not use all the 10 TB data or maybe all the 1,000 servers. He might use only 100 servers. He might be only using 10 servers. And again, another customer will came. And how much pool you have? You have 1,000 servers and 10 TB data. And let's say A is already using 10. Remaining 990 servers were there left to use for the other customers, so they can go and use the servers. They might this customer is a big, so you want to use maybe 100 servers or maybe some 500 servers like this. So resource pooling here is means the cloud provider or the vendor will pool his resources, means combination of the resources which is available to the customers like us. What we'll do, we'll go and use those services from the pool of resources. Might be applications, might be servers, might be data, or might be the network, anything. We'll go and take that from the pool and use it, wherein cloud providers or the vendors will pool their resources to the pool, and from that pool we'll pick it and use it. That's what it is. And we'll see some rapid elasticity. So we'll first define this. What is this elasticity or elastic? So because we'll use this elastic or elasticity, the term or the terminology we'll use a number of times. So the basic elastic, if you say any a material which is in elastic in nature. So what it mean by elasticity or maybe elastic in nature means it can, so maybe like think like it might be this size, maybe think like a 10 meters. It can go to it can grow like 50 meters, or maybe it can shrink to 5 meters. So like this, the elastic in nature means it can grow like a 50 meters, or maybe it can shrink to 5 meters. The actual size might be 10 meters, but it can grow or maybe shrink. That's what we call it as elastic in nature of a particular material. The same way elastic here, either you can increase this or maybe shrink, means reduce. So what it means by we can on demand we can here means increasing means we can increase our servers from 10 to 100 or 10 to 1000, something like this, or maybe from 10 to 5 servers, or maybe 10 to 2 servers we can reduce. So that's what the elastic means. The capabilities means here the resources, the services which is providing by the cloud, the cloud vendors or the cloud products. So whatever is available, they will provide their services. So either we can use how many we want, like we can use an elastic. So we can either use for one day I can use for 10, or maybe on the next day I will use 100, or maybe in next hour I can use 1000. On the next hour I don't want 1000, maybe I will shrink it to 100 or maybe 50 something. So that's what's the elastic in nature. You can grow or shrink at any point of time. It's not like you need to grow in this within this time slot or something like that, or maybe you can go only on weekdays or maybe weekends. It's not like that. It's up to you how you want to use this elasticity of cloud, how you want to grow, when you want to grow, and how you want to shrink, or when you want to shrink. It's up to you. So you will say that I will increase this. So you'll put some threshold. You'll say that on this time when something happens like this, when a server a load increase, add more servers, add more capabilities, add more data, or maybe you have created some space around 10 TB. Like if 9 TB has been completed, then add another more 5 TB, something like this. So if you're taking some load, the server is taking some load, or users are getting more on something like that, what you need to do, your servers or applications to be grow to handle that particular traffic or the load of the users. So that's what the elastic in nature. And next we'll see the measured service. So what is means measure means we are measuring the services what we are using. So in cloud, the cloud system automatically, so you don't need to do anything manual from a user end or maybe from a customer end. So it's automatically control and optimize the resource usage. So you can monitor the how the resource is actually using, what is a load on a particular time, or maybe how much load on the previous hour, maybe on the previous day, or maybe previous week, or maybe previous month, how much load on it. And we can basically automatically, the cloud will provide you and control and optimize the resource usage for the customer. So you don't need to do anything from a customer standpoint. So these are all the different 5 essential characteristics which should have by a cloud vendor, where they say some I'm a cloud provider, they should post this essential characters. The cloud should be on demand, and whenever we want we can create, or whenever we want we can delete. It should be broad network access, like it should be accessible from the different various devices like tabs, cell phones, smartphones, desktops, laptops, anything. And resource pooling, they will pool the resources by the cloud, and by the cloud vendors will use those pooled resources, how much we want or how many we want. And also others is like rapid elasticity, as we say that we can grow and we can shrink. It's up to us when to shrink or when to grow. So we can also put some thresholds, and we'll see all these things like when a server has some load, how we can actually shrink, or how can access it will be grow. We'll see there is some services and all the things like auto scaling and all load balancing. So those are different terminologies and different services products available in AWS. We'll see in the next sessions one by one, so that you can understand all this in a very in detail, you can say that as. Sure, Mrudul, I will try to explain pooling again. Once again, I think I will use paint so that you can understand in a pictorial representation. So any questions, guys? I mean, any topic which you didn't understand or which you need more explanation, guys, uh, you just I'm welcome you guys, so that you can basically understand everything what I'm trying to tell you. So don't leave any topic without understanding. So whatever you say you will not understand it, just post through chat or raise your hand so that I can understand. You will not understand, so that I can try to explain more elaborately. So think like this is a pool. Let's say we have 1,000 servers, or maybe it's okay. These are all the servers, different. So I have, let's say, 10 servers. Think like this: 10 servers in a bunch of pool. Pool means a combination of resources. That's what it. So it's a customer A. Oh, sorry, customer A and customer B, and same. It's a customer C. A, B, and C. So these are all the different three customers. This guy came in and signed up for AWS or the cloud. When you want to use 3 servers. So these 3 servers at this point of time is allocated to customer A, and remaining we have, so a cloud has provided 10 servers. Let's think he has provided 10. Normally it will be like in the thousands or maybe in the lakhs. So it will not be in the 10, but for us understanding of it, I'm just giving a small example with using the 10 servers only. So A has using the 3 servers, and then B came after some time, and you want to, let's say, use 5 servers. So what you will use? You will use the let's say he will use this another 5 servers. So like this. So from the pool of the resources means, a pool of the resources means it's like a data center. It's like a data center where they have all the servers are located. Servers, applications, storage means hard disks, everything is located just like a data center, like a server room in your company, in your organization, where all the servers or all the servers equipment is storing it. So think like a is like a data center where all the servers or application storage is available. From the storage, how many you want, you will pick these servers or applications of storage. So you will pick how many you want and you will use it. So once you are used, you don't want again, so after 1 day or 1 month or something like that, you don't want to use it, you can delete, means you can release it. So this again available in available state because you have terminated from your account, means from you are not using it, you are not utilizing it. uh, uh, After releasing means, like it's same like how we are actually deleting the data from our Windows machines or the Windows laptop. If you say shift delete, what will happen? It will delete from the disk. The same thing, if you release the servers, all the data whatever you had in that particular machines or the servers will be gone. So if you're thinking much of the servers or the data, then prior to terminating, you will take a backup of data to your system or some place, so that you can have your backup data is available. Then once you've taken the backup, then you can go and delete your servers. This is how we can do it. So once he is terminated, once he release, those again will be added to, it's through cloud servicing provider only. We'll see how actually we can delete and all. All will be deleted, Ajay. Everything will be deleted. That's what I said. But once we delete, everything will be deleted from the cloud or the resource, what are the pools I say. So once he has terminated, what will be, it will be again in the available state. So this will be added again to the pool, so that again we see came and he wants another servers, then those servers will be allocated to this case, something like that. So pool of services means a data center which having all the servers, application storage. You can go to and pick the from the pool. So let's say at this point of time, we are only having 3 customers and we are only having 10 servers. If more customers are coming, so what cloud will do, they will add more resources to this pool. Means at this point of time we have only 10, so they will increase another 50 and maybe 100 or maybe another 1,000. So it's like based on how actually they are utilizing and how the customers are coming. So how at what pace they are coming. So if you have 10 customers coming a day or 10 customers coming per an hour, so how much like this. So they will add all the resources, all the servers, applications, storage, everything to the pool of resources, like put it in a data center, so that you will take the servers and use it for yourself. It's like this. That's what called the resource pooling. A lot of questions, guys. Once again, I'll try to read. Is DC servers are physical or virtual? We'll discuss virtualization, Himat. When we discuss the virtualization, you understand the difference between physical and virtual, but the cloud itself is virtual. Everything is virtual. So on top of the physical servers or the physical hardware, they will have some hypervisor. We'll see what is the hypervisor in virtualization topics so that you can understand. So on top of bare metal means the hard disk, CPU, RAM, on top of it, how you are installing your Windows to the laptop or desktop. The same way they will install a hypervisor, that's called the virtualization layer. On top of the virtualization, you will create the games. So if you take cloud, everything is virtual. You cannot have a physical, as everything is virtual. So we'll discuss what it is and all in great in detail in the next coming sessions. So that's how it is. So I think Mrudul have cleared your resource pooling doubt and all, and also we discussed the rapid elasticity and the measured surveys. So that's what it is. And we'll see the what is cloud and introduction to the cloud, and then we'll see why cloud computing. So why we need to use, as we discussed till now, like, excuse me guys. Excuse me guys. Yes, Ajay, you understood correctly. It's a collection of servers in a pool, and from that pool we take the servers and we use it. You understood correctly only, Ajay. That's what it is. It's just a collection of resources. It's a combination of resources. Okay. Now we'll try to see why cloud computing. We say what are the benefits of it, and we see what is it. Now we need to see why. The big question: why cloud computing? You say many businesses like um, MNCs, some medium-sized companies, some medium-sized organizations. What they organize is they organize into software, or they organization into e-commerce platform, or the organizations into trading of the sharing shares and all, or maybe they are into some financial banking sector, everything. So it's like the organizations what they have, or maybe a government sector. So anything, any organization, any business, many businesses, or maybe large, small, or medium, they are using cloud computing. And also, if whoever is not using it or not get part of it, but they are trying to move it to the cloud, or they are in the process of moving to the cloud. So each and every company mostly has using the cloud capabilities of the cloud services. So in today's world, the many organizations are using the cloud directly or the indirectly, as we discussed. Like if you're using are you able to hear now, Tony? Is it fine for you now? Are you able to hear without any disturbance? Okay, thank you, Tanmay. Um, in today's world, we are either using directly or using indirectly. Directly means we are using Google Cloud, or maybe Amazon Cloud, or maybe Microsoft Cloud, or maybe indirectly like Twitter, Facebook, like this. So if you're accessing Twitter, or if you're using Twitter, because the Twitter is, again, it's on AWS, it's on Amazon Web Services Cloud Computing. It's on AWS, Twitter is on. So all the servers, applications are hosted on AWS, the Twitter. All the data whatever you're putting on Twitter, might be your pics or might be your data feeds, and everything is stored on AWS. Everything is stored on Amazon Web Services. So either you're using directly, or you means directly means you already have the uh, AWS or the cloud account and you're using it, or maybe indirectly like from a Twitter, something like this. So we see, are we by using directly or indirectly, so we are part of the cloud. So without knowing that, we are still using the cloud. So why the cloud computing? The question again, see, we'll see it is reduction of costs. We discussed the same way in a previous example, when we have a customer came in, the client came in. We'll try to see a pictorial presentation so that you can understand a better way. So we discussed a client customer A came in and asked for a product, and a company called Cloud Jumbo Private Limited, has created 100 servers for this client. So after 1 month, let's say after 1 week or 1 month, the customer say, I don't want this application. So but here this company has created 100 servers for him. If you're using cloud, so the risk involved here for money or the financial risk is less, because as we discussed, cloud is a utility service. Only we pay for what we used. You used 100 servers for 1 week, so we'll only pay for 1 week. If you compare it with the traditional, if you want 100 servers, you need to go and buy the 100 servers. It might be around 1 lakh or maybe 10 lakhs if you buy at a time. Here we are not paying that much, and we are only paying for basis on an hourly basis. So we are, because using this cloud, we are reducing the cost. So again, you want to add more servers also, you don't need to go and again buy. You just spin up, means you just create the instances. Means instance means the servers guys here in AWS terminology, or maybe in the cloud terminology. Instance means a server. So we'll create the servers how many we want within no time, and we'll pay for how many hours or how many days we used for it. So that's why we can reduce the cost. If you don't want, we can directly basically remove it, delete it, so that we will not be again pay for the remaining amount or something. We can be using that how we this how we can reduce the costs. And also universal access, as we can see, the cloud is across the globe, it's across the earth, so you can access from anywhere in the world. You just need an internet connectivity, and it has the up-to-date software. So means you don't need to, like in Windows you might see that there will be, Microsoft will try to release some service pack 1, SP1, SP2, SP3, service pack 2, service pack 3. What are those means? If they're all the Windows updates they will give, so there might be some patches, what you can say it as in software world. What it means, we will download the updates what they are providing with Microsoft or maybe Google or anyone, the company. So where is, or maybe some Mac or Apple, something like that. What are the updates they are providing? We'll install those updates. So means we need to be up to date, because the software, the application, the servers, whatever we are using, it might be prone to some vulnerabilities, or maybe some new vulnerabilities or trojans, viruses have found or something on some servers, some applications. So wherein if there's some in today's world, so if something is found, they will try to fix it. Once they fix, they will uh, uh, update to the community of users, to the public, saying that this is the patch which we have given to the particular um, bug, or maybe particular antivirus or virus or trojan, or maybe some vulnerability. So what you need to do, you need to up to date to the software. You need to be update your servers, update your application to that. So we're in cloud computing, you don't need to do here. So wherein everything is up to date by the cloud providers, such as means Amazon cloud, Amazon, Google, or Microsoft. You don't need to do it. Everything will be handled up to date software. They'll provide you the software which is up to date at the time of creating. So, and we'll say a choice of applications as we discussed. So we'll have some number of applications were there. So you can choose based on what application you want to use. Like if you go to any a clothes showroom, so you will have different trousers, jeans, t-shirts, everything. So based on which you like, you will take and wear it and try it. If you like it, you will buy it. The same thing. So you will have a choice of clothes there. So you will choose the which one you like most, and then take that and buy it for it. The same like the choice of application. So you will have a bundle of applications, a combination of applications were available in the cloud. So which you want to use, which actually fits into your business, or which actually fits into your client requirement or for your organization. So you can have a take that from the choice of different choice of applications, and also potential to be greener and more economical. So this is basically into some global warming what we are talking about, like if you are using more servers, more ACs and also what will happen, the global warming will increase, as because of this it will generate the heat and all. So wherein if you are using cloud, because all the customers are using the services from a single place or a single data center. So what it means, by using a single data center or maybe from a single place or a single town, so you're basically, instead of using servers in a different places, at different towns or different cities, you're using only from a specific city or a specific town, where by using it you will be more greener and more economical and all. And also flexibility, as we discussed the elasticity, right? So the same like elasticity and flexibility, these are all the synonyms kind of a thing. So it's flexibility is means the same link like an elastic. So we can flexibly you can increase, or you can say that you can decrease, and flexibly you can access like this. So these are all the different benefits you have, and this is why we need to use the cloud computing. So these are all those, and we'll try to see the benefits of it, like what are the benefits of cloud computing and all. So these are like faster deployments, as we discussed. There is no need to wait for local computing resources, like as we discussed in the IT shop example for a crash. You don't need to go to IT shop and buy servers and waiting for the shipment to come, and once it is done, then you need to wait for installations, internet and all. So here we are not at all waiting. Here we just, with a few clicks, we'll have some server ready. We don't need to install. If you want a Windows server, within few clicks, within a minute, you will have a Windows server ready for you. You don't need to wait for shipment to come. You don't need to wait for the installation, whole operating system to install and all. Same will applies to the Linux. You don't need to wait for the installations to be uh, operating system need to be done. Everything is already done by the cloud. You just need to create. So it's a faster deployments. You don't need to wait for all this basically manual work, wherein installing, procuring and all those things. Wherein usage based pricing means on demand, we discussed, like it's letting you pay only for what you use. So how much you are using, you will only pay for what that. And less financial risk, as we discussed. If compare, we have compared with some 100 servers, and if a customer came back and after 1 week or something like that, he went go and without even notifying it, so whatever we put and for the particular kind we lose. Wherein if you use a traditional resources and that, so the resources what you buy will be in the ID. So wherein if you think, if you use cloud, wherein your financial risk will be lesser, where because we are only as we discussed, like on demand, we only pay for what you use, not for whole services or all servers or all applications. And also reduced need for on-premises resources, like such as servers. Like you don't need to create servers, uh, you don't need to maintain the network administrations for networking, and basic server administrators for to handle those things. So you can reduce those resources as well, but you don't need to create buy the servers and audit all the things. You don't need to do it. And also easier upgrades. So you can, what are the applications or software which is available on the cloud, basically you can upgrade with very a lesser amount of manual work or something like that. So uh, easily you can upgrade. You don't need to do some R&D or some, like research and something like that to do some upgrades and all. So it's not like that. So it's easily you can upgrade. So these are all the different benefits of cloud computing. So this is it, guys. So this is the first class, the first session to introduction to the cloud computing. So we'll try to see the next topic. and we'll see in that one, we're going to see that in the types of cloud computing. So how many types were there in the cloud computing and what are those? So we'll see in this session or in this particular topic, we'll see the different service models and deployment models, and we'll see what is horizontal and vertical scaling. And also I think this will discuss in the auto scaling part, but we'll try the first we'll discuss the service models and deployment models, and also we'll see what is service model and what is deployment model. So first, as we discussed, we see service models, right? So the service models is, we have three service model. One is SaaS and it's IaaS and PaaS, like software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So if you already knew about all these terms and all, that's fine. If you are hearing for the first time, listen to guys carefully so that you can understand. It's not a big deal actually. So software as a service means whatever the software or the application which is provided as a service, means cloud, what they're doing is they're providing Windows as a service, they're providing Linux as a service, they're providing storage as a service. Means they're like the utility, how actually they're the electricity department, they are providing power as a service, electricity as a service. So they are serving you for the electricity for your need, the same thing. So software as a service means they are providing the software as a service for you. So they are the owners of the service and you are the user or the customer of the particular service. So we'll try to see this, what is the definition of the software as a service. You can see that the capability means the resources provided to the consumer, means the user, means the customer, is to use the provider's applications. Means the provider means here the cloud, the cloud's applications running on a cloud infrastructure, the cloud provider's application which is again running on the cloud infrastructures. The capability means the services like servers, applications, data, storage, network, everything, internet. So customer will use those applications which is built or which is maintained on top of cloud infrastructures. So the applications are accessible from various client devices as we discussed. Think like Google or Twitter. We can access from smartphone, we can access from tab, we can access from desktop or laptop the same way. So they are providing their software. So it's not like our software. Like they have designed and they have developed some softwares, means the products, they are giving those services, those applications, those softwares to the customers, means us as a service. So we'll try to see what are the different services is available in the software as a service, so that you can better understand what is SaaS is. So we'll see some SaaS examples so that you can understand better. So the first one we are going to see is CRM. CRM is a customer relationship management. Salesforce is the first provider or the vendor who initiated this SaaS, software as a service, with using an application called Salesforce. So Salesforce is a company, they are created a designed, developed a product, a CRM application called Salesforce, and given to the users. So if you want to use that Salesforce CRM application, you need to pay to the Salesforce and you can use it. So what they are doing is they have created, designed some product and they are selling it as a service to the customers who need that service or who want that service. And also if you take the Google, we are accessing Gmail, we are using Gmail, we are using Google Sites, we are using Google Docs, we are using Google Drive and all things, so which is again provided by the Google. Like we are using Gmail for free. And also there is another, excuse me guys, there is another wherein you can also use Gmail for your business. So they are providing free and as well as a commercial. So SaaS means software as a service. They are providing the Gmail, the email application or email software as a service to the customers, to the users. So everybody will have a Gmail ID today. So we will not have anyone who don't have a Gmail ID at this point of time. So what we are doing, we are using the services which is provided by Google. So we are Basically what we are doing is we are accessing the Google, we are creating the account with Google Gmail and we are using it. We never know that how many servers Google has or Gmail has, how many, where those servers are, like where actually they are stored, and what are the mails you have, what are the data you might be storing some pics, you might be storing some data, some emails, everything. You're storing it in a Gmail. Think like in a Gmail, you're storing something. So those might be storing in some servers, where in some country, or might be some. It might be in India, or it might not be in India. If you're using Gmail from India, your storage might be in India or might not. So it is dependent on the Google how actually the infrastructure is designed. So we are just creating an account with the Google and we are using it. So Google has providing Gmail as a service and sites, Google Sites as a service and Google Docs as a service to the customers. And we are also different and think like a Microsoft. They are also providing some CRM application called Dynamic CRM, email also Exchange Online or Hotmail or Outlook Melody or maybe Live or maybe Office 365. So these are all the email, and they have also SharePoint for collaboration and for Office web apps like Office 365 which are there. So Microsoft is also providing some software as a service. So they are designed all these things and they are providing as a service to the customers. And we'll see another examples like SAP is also providing. You might heard about SAP or SAP. They are also into the uh, SaaS model. Means they are, you will go to the SAP and then bought your you will bought the service or the software from the SAP and you will use it for your customers or maybe for your organization. So what you're using, you're going and using their software or their application. The same like IBM have a Lotus Live collaboration and Oracle has some Fusion CRM and NetSuite has some CRM and Zoho is also having some CRM application, mails and all. So these are all a few of the organizations or the leaders in the technology where they're providing the software as a service to the customers, means the users. So basically they have designed a product or a software, they have developed it and they are selling it as a service to the customer. It might be free or it might be commercial. So this is what the SaaS model is, means they are providing software as a service to the customer, like it. So if you take for example, if you take the railway department, the Indian government is providing the railway as a service to the Indian people. So what you need, if you want to use it, if you want to use a train or if you want to use if you want to go somewhere, what you will do, you will pay for the ticket, you buy the ticket from the railway department and you will use that train service for your usage of going to somewhere from somewhere to somewhere in within India. So what they are doing is they are providing the facility of the railway to the customers, means to the Indian people as a service. The same like here, the Salesforce, Google, Microsoft, or anything, they are providing their software as a service to the customer. That's what the software as a service. Now we'll try to see in the SaaS we have two types: single tenant applications and another called multi-tenant application. We'll try to see that what is single tenant and multi-tenant. Tenant means you can normally understand like a tenant to your home. So beside you might have you might have some another family or maybe another friend, right? So that's what we call the tenant. The same like a single tenant means, and the picture you can see from the left to right, you can see customer A, customer B, customer C. Customer A, in the down you will have, you can see that it has some application. You can see here customer A has application and its data means the database here where you can store the data. Customer B also having some in, sorry, excuse me, yes, they also having some application and data, and customer C also having some application and data. So this called this single tenant application, means customer C, customer B, customer C, they're having their application and their data for same customer B and for same customer C. So what they are, what it means here, once again we'll try to see a pictorial representation. So we'll try to see customer A, customer B and customer C. is a customer, and same like is a customer, here having some application like Gmail or something like that, and he is having some database server. The same way here application, app, and DB. The same way is app and DB. So these are all different. So customer A has his own application and his own data, B has his own application and own data, and C has his own application and own data. So this model is called the single tenant application, means which is single to the respective to the customer. So customer A means they don't have any combination of these applications or data. Means your application is stored on one server, your database is stored on one other servers. So wherein B, his servers is stored on another server and his database is stored on another server. Means those are not using the same server. So customer A is different and customer B is different, customer C is different. So these are using all these servers, applications, data in a different servers. That's what the single tenant application is. So we'll try to show this same with a multi-tenant application. When single tenant application, if you can see, customer A, B, C, they have their application and data, application and data, application and data. When you can see the multi-tenant application, customer A, B, C, both are using the same application, but the data is different. So we'll try to see a pictorial representation so that you can understand better. So like customer A again, B again, and C. 3 customers. Okay, we'll try to picture those things. Okay, A, B, C. And now in a single tenant application, we have 3 applications and 3 data. So everything is individual to the customers, where in multi-tenant application, we have a single application, but you will have a different data. So they will use a single application to access, but the data is different. So this is what the multi-tenant. So that's why they named as multi-tenant, because all these tenants are using a single application, means multiple tenants, means multiple users are using a single application. So that's what called the multi-tenant application. So if you can understand a better multi-tenant application is the best example I can give you is Gmail. So you might be, everybody have a Gmail ID. So what we are using to access Gmail, what will you open gmail.com or mail.google.com. So if you take customer A or customer B or customer C, everybody will open the same Google, mail.google.com or gmail.com, mail.google.com or gmail. Everybody will open. You will get the same web page, same website, where you enter your username and password. Customer A has a different username password, customer B has a different and symbol. Will apply to the same C as well. So you will have, everybody will use their own username and password, but still we are using the same application, the same website, which is existing under mail.google.com or gmail.com. So what it means, we are whoever is already using the Gmail, means we are already using a single application which is provided by Google. But if I access my Gmail, I will only see my data, my mails, my pics or my pictures or my data, whatever I stored. If you logged in with your account, you will only see your data or your mails. Like if I access, I will not see yours. If you access, means if you logged in, you will not see mine. The same way. So this is what the example is. Customer A can use the same like a mail.google.com. The application is mail.google.com. He's accessing the same application. He's providing the username and password for him. Whatever this customer A's username and password. He's accessing his data only, like his mails. Wherein B is also using the same mail.google.com. He's using his own username password, and he's only getting his mails. He's not getting like another customer, another users. The same way applies to here. He is using the same mail.google.com application, and he's getting the same mails from him only. So what are the mails which is related to him, not with the others? So this is how the multi-tenant and single-tenant applications work. So using multi-tenant here, we'll use the same application, but the data is different. Like the mails are different across the users or the customers. So this is what the SaaS model, software as a service. So they will design, the providers will design the software, develop the software, and we will use it as a service. So that's what the SaaS model. And you can see PaaS, or platform as a service. In the previous example, we see the software as a service, means they are providing their software as a service. Here, platform means the platform they are giving. Excuse me, guys. They are giving a platform as a service. Platform means you can see the niche definition. What is PaaS means? The capability provided to the consumer means a user. Here the capability means the same thing which we are discussing, like the storage, servers, and everything. Provided to the consumer means a user is to deploy onto the cloud infrastructure. Means the infrastructure which is available on the cloud. It might be consumer created or maybe acquired application. Means you might design or you might develop, or maybe someone has already developed a design for you. But using some programming languages like Java, .NET, PHP, Python, Ruby, something like that. So either you create your application, or maybe someone has created our application using some programming languages like we discussed, .NET, Java, Python, PHP, something else. So what are the applications? It might be created by, means designed by us, or might be someone, but still we are. Once again, guys, I'm getting a call. Just one, hold on for 1 sec. Sorry, guys. So we'll see. So the platform as a service means simply, so you might design your applications or the software, means using some programming languages, means you will design some application like Flipkart or Snapdeal using some programming languages, .NET, Java, PHP, or something, any using some software programming language. So you design application and you will host, or you will deploy, means you will install that application onto the cloud infrastructure, means the servers, like think like as these 3 servers which is available, which is hosted under cloud, think like AWS cloud. So what you will do is you will install your application, means you will install your uh, software which is designed by either you have designed it, or maybe designed by somebody like uh, think like SAP, which is designed by SAP, and think like what you can say, Windows, like Firefox is designed by Firefox, and you will install onto the server, means the machine. Or think like same like Chrome. We are not designing Chrome, but we are using it by just installing onto the machine, onto the server. The same way, if you take Oracle, a database, or if you take Hadoop, right, big data. So what we are doing is either you design it, means you develop it, or maybe somebody already developed it. So what you do, you take from them, or you design by yourself. What you will do is once you bought it or once you've done it, you will install onto the servers of the machines. So these servers is maintained by cloud. That's for the platform as a service. So what they are doing is, in software as a service, software is itself developed by them, means a vendor who is providing it, and the servers, everything is provided by them. You don't have any because you are not maintaining anything there in software. Like Gmail, we are not maintaining where it is storing, and we are not maintaining the 24 bands and access to the customers, or electricity or power, internet access to the servers. We are not at all maintaining anything, but we are accessing it. So Google has doing all these things. Wherein here in PaaS, platform as a service, we need to take care of the our application like a Gmail, but the servers means the machines what we are using is designed by the or maintained by the cloud vendors. So platform as a service means they will provide a platform for you to install your application. So the platform means the servers, the data. If you want to store some movies, as we discussed in the first example of John, we discussed the storing of music and movies. So where what we are doing is we are just uploading it to the cloud. Means we are using the cloud storage which is again provided by AWS. So we are not maintaining it. They are maintaining it, the storage, disk space and all the things. How much disk space they want and how they want to increase and all. Everything they are maintaining. We're just using the space. So that's what it is. So platform as a service. And you can see that infrastructure as a service. So we can see that we see that platform as a service. Now we'll try to see other things like here infrastructure is like processing, storage, networks, and all the fundamental computing resources like which we can use it. So they are providing infrastructure like they are providing the network, they are providing the computing resources, they are providing the processing power like CPUs, RAMs, and everything to the infrastructure as a service. So here what you need to do, you need to take care of your servers, wherein platform as a service servers is handled by the provider, like who is providing it. Wherein infrastructure as a service, you need to take care of your servers, like what to install and what not to install and which platform you either you want to go with Linux or you want to go with Windows and all. So it's up to you as a customer. You want to you want to create a .NET application, you might be going with Windows, or you are using some Java application, you might be going with Linux or something like that. So it's up to you which operating system you want to use. So what they will do, they will provide the infrastructure as a service. So how you want to do it and what you want to do is it's up to you. I will try to see an example here. In you can see here so that you can understand in a better way in detail. So what is the difference? So from the left to right you can see the first one is on-premise here. All the applications, database, runtime like Java virtual machines and all, middleware applications like Tamcard, JBoss, operating system like Windows, Linux, and virtualization like Oracle, you might be heard about like VM, various XI or Citrix, Zen, or maybe uh, Windows, VMware and VirtualBox and Windows Hypervisor, VMware, something like this, and servers and storage and network. So then if you are on-premise, you have to take care of all these things. You are the responsible for applications, data, runtime, everything. There in infrastructure as a service, you can see the only blue color you are only responsible for it, wherein other the purple color which is maintained by the provider. So if you say Microsoft is a infrastructure as a service or AWS is infrastructure as a service, so what they will do is they will take care of the virtualization, they will take care of the servers, they will take care of the storage, they will take care of the networking. Means like how many servers they want to create, how much storage they want to do it, and how much networking they want, how much speed they want networking, how many switches, routers, firewalls, everything, and which virtualization they want to use. It's all designed and responsible by the customer who is providing infrastructure as a service, wherein other users will only be need to using this virtualization servers and storage and networking. As we discussed, like we'll create some applications by ourselves and we'll take care of the data, we'll take care of the runtime, middleware like Tamcard, JBoss, and operating system, which operating system we want to use. And then in the platform as a service, this runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, everything is handled by the platform as a service provider like Google Cloud or AWS Cloud or maybe Microsoft. So they are responsible for all these remaining the purple color things like all this runtime, middleware. Only we are responsible for our applications or data. So which application you want to use? You want to design your application, or you want to buy an application from someone, or you want to use a database like MySQL or MS SQL, or Oracle you want to use it, or you want to create your own, or you want to use some NoSQL databases, it's up to you. You can. So the remaining all these things like operating system, everything is provided by them. You just taking care of applications and data. Where in software as a service like Google, Gmail, we are not at all responsible for anything. We are not responsible for applications, database, runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, servers, storage, networking. So nothing is responsible by the customer. Everything is responsible by the provider who is providing it. So this is all the different types of models, service model which is available in the cloud. So next, in the next session at tomorrow at same time 9 o'clock, we'll try to see different types of cloud like private cloud, community cloud, and public cloud. So we'll discuss. So this is it for today's class, guys. So if you have any doubts or queries, so it's up to you guys. You just raise your hands, or maybe so one by one, guys. 1 second, I'll try to answer the questions. Yes, Ajay, I'm telling you, I'm clarifying you guys. The first question raised by Ajay. So it's not like AWS is only for Linux or something like that. No, it's not like you need to know Linux before use or something like that. Either you can use Windows or either you can use Linux. It's like this. So we'll in this AWS sessions, the course also will try to use both Linux as well as on Windows. So we'll for implementing the products and using the servers and how we can use it and all. So we'll try to basically use it. It's not like if you know only Linux you can go for AWS. It's not like this. Either you can go for Windows or you can go for Linux, but you need to use some kind of it. That's what it is. So it's not like you need to always use Linux or something like that. It's not like this. So either you can go for Windows or maybe like Linux. Anything is fine. And another question from Smita, like application development programming language can be deployed onto the cloud server like normal physical server? Yes, Smita, the same way. The only difference between the server, if you are having the server in your home or in your organization, but we're in cloud, the server is in actually located in somewhere. That's what the only difference. That's what everything will be the same. If you're using Windows in cloud, the same like Windows server you using in the same like in your organization or in your company or maybe in your home, the same way it applies to the Linux. The same way like how you're using or utilizing, installing or configuring under the same like how you're utilizing, how you're using, how you're installing, how you configure on Linux in on-premise means your organization, and the same with the cloud. So there is no difference. The same, everything is same. There is nothing has changed from the Windows or the Linux point of view. You can take the server's point of view. Everything will be the same, but the location of the servers will be different. That's what the only difference. That's called the cloud. So we'll see some. I have few questions, Charles. 1 second. Mridul, how elasticity done through any hardware or software? So we'll try to see how actually it will done. We'll have some services which like auto scaling, load balancing, and also that if you came to that particular services or products, you can understand how actually they are doing it. So basically they have designed their application in such a way that it should grow or shrink. It should use that elastic in nature. So AWS has designed, it means the cloud computing providers or the vendors have designed their application to meet the elasticity. One second, Charles. I will come to you because I think you have some few questions. Tanmay, after the session, you will have all the recordings will be posted available in the LMS. So once we have completed this session, within no time, I think they will be available. It's better, I think you can check with the support team, like whoever is actually responsible you are actually checking with collaborator like Unmesh or maybe Raj. So who is actually you are talking with or coordinating with? So if you just coordinate with them, I think they can give you the exact time and when it will be available, because I'm not responsible for doing those things. So they will do it. I think you can check with the team so that they can give you exact time and all. So you can ask them, they can do it. So every session will be available, will be recorded. So if any point of time you miss some topic or you miss some session, so after the session everything will be uploaded to this LMS. Just go and access it and everything will be available there. If you didn't understand, if you want to go one more time also, you can go access LMS and you can listen one more time or n number of times, how many times you feel that it will take to you understand. That's how it is. uh, yes, Ajay, like everything, the practicals, everything I will, whatever the documents, the implementations which I will do here, I will provide you the all the documents which is uploaded to the LMS. So everything which I am showing you, the sheets, the Excel sheets here, the documents here, not only today's, from the day we started, right, till the end of this course, whatever the documents I will use, everything is uploaded to the LMS. Everything is up, all the practical documentations, each step by step procedures, guys. I'm telling you, step by step procedures will be available in the LMS. I will upload all the things, every practicals and everything will be done from here. So at this point of time we are only discussing like what are the cloud and definitions, how many types were there, what are the service deployments models and then, so that's why we haven't done any practicals. But once we completed all these definitions and all, right, so we'll directly go and jump into creating servers, creating applications and doing all the practicals. So there is not much theory in it. So once we complete these definitions, right, so everything will be like practicals. We'll discuss what is that application is and how we can do it and we can try to install it here itself. So everything will be from here only. You can see how actually I'm configuring and installing all these things. You can see from here. Oh, Himmat Patil, does PaaS supports multiple OS? As I told you, platform as a service. You can see in the here the platform as a service in the operating system, which is managed by the provider. So you're not responsible for the operating system. So they will maintain. They want to use Windows or they want to use Linux. They want to use multiple operating system. It's up to them. It's responsible, which is given to them. Means they have the responsible to take the decision and use it. So you or me are not at all relevant or not at all responsible for it. So they will do all the which is in the purple, right? You can see virtualization, operating system, server, storage, network, everything is handled by them. Responsibility is given by them, like internet access to the servers and electricity to the servers, network and everything. So if they want to support, it's up to them. If they want to support, they'll support. If they don't want to, they don't want to support. Let's say think like in a .NET application, you can't install a .NET application on Linux, something like this, right? So if you think like an Hadoop, I think I'm not sure Hadoop is available on Windows. So if you want to install on Windows, then you will not be able to. It's like this. So if they want to do it, it's up to them. If they don't want to, it's up to them. It's not up to the customers or the users like us or we. It's up to the providers who is providing. License. Mrudul is asking for the license one. What license? We'll see all these things in the coming sections, guys, about the licensing and all those things. You can understand every license. If you take a Windows or if you take Oracle database or something, every license, everything is included as part of pricing model. So you don't need to pay for like license for some amount or servers for some amount like this. You don't need to pay like this. Everything is included as a part of bundle. You don't need to do it. So we'll understand in better when we are going through the issues. So Rahul is asking for tomorrow's agenda of class, guys. As we discussed, we'll try to see some different types of cloud like private cloud, community cloud, and public cloud, and as well as hybrid cloud. So once we completed that, we'll go in and see the cloud computing issues. What are the present cloud computing issues were there, and how actually they are mitigating those issues. And also we'll see some virtualization introduction, what is virtualization and what are the vendors which is providing virtualization, how is virtualization related to the cloud, and what are the terminologies which is available in virtualization. And once we completed that, these types of cloud computing issues and virtualization, if you still have the time, we'll go and see the Amazon introduction as well. So these are the topics for the tomorrow's class, guys. uh, yes, Charles, I'm just going to. So see, guys, you don't see, Charles, you don't need to like basically compare it, because so you are using those servers or storage that are backup utilities and all, what are the tape libraries or the tape devices and all. So it's up to you which one you are using. So when if you compare to the cloud, so they will use their own maybe the softwares or the servers backup tools. So they will use their, it might be owned or it might be which is bought from some other companies like Microsoft, Google, or some who is providing the particular tools, other applications. So we can see that from servers, the same like in your organization you'll have Windows servers, Linux servers, the same way you will have here. If you take the storage, you will have some storage servers where you're having some GBs of data, TBs of data. The same way you will have here. If you take the backup utilities, you will have also have the same like backup utilities. You can also use the same backup utilities whatever you're using on your on-premise. You can also use it here because the platform, the operating systems are same here. There's nothing different. Like Windows is same for on-premise or from the cloud. The Linux is also same thing. It's the same for both. It's not different. Everything will be the same. There's nothing different. One second, Charles. I'm going through your questions. And you're asking about your present role you're taking as an AWS architect. I'm comparing with my present roles and responsibility. What could be the AWS admin architect job could be, and nature of work you said. See, you might be a Linux administrator or might be a Windows administrator. The same way in cloud also, you might create Windows servers or might be Linux servers. The role is same. There is not much in difference, but wherein the advantages in the cloud are you will have different applications, different servers where you cannot be available in the on-premise network. So the job, nothing much change in your administrator or the job. So it's same like administrating the job itself, where you can how you're administrating your on-premise servers, like how you're taking the backups, how you're monitoring your servers, how you're installing your applications. The same way you're doing, because the cloud itself is you're using the servers like Windows or Linux, which is provided by some provider, the same, the cloud provider providing the same like Linux or Windows instances or machines. So everything will be done by them. So there is nothing much, but apart from your Linux or Unix roles or maybe a Windows roles or Windows duties, other tasks, you will get the different like the products or the services which is available in AWS. They will ask you to create VMs, virtual machines. They will ask you to create the databases. They will ask you to create the scaling. They ask you to create the load balancing. They will ask you to upload some data. So it's like what are the different services is available. So they'll try to get the request on top of it. Like they will try to create some network for your application, like different network for different networks for different users or different client, something like this. Is there any other questions, guys? So in AWS we have, as I told you, we have software as a service products, we have IaaS as a products, and we have PaaS. So cloud is a combination of these three things. So as we discussed, we'll have some services products which is available in AWS. Some are relevant to PaaS, some are relevant to SaaS, and some are relevant to IaaS. Some are relevant to, if you take the EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud, which is infrastructure as a service. If you take something like Elastic Beanstalk, which is platform as a service. If you take what you can say it as CloudWatch alarms, various topics are like load balancing. Those called software as a service they are providing. So it's like different services were available there into different categories as fall into different IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. It's not like AWS is only a PaaS or a SaaS or something like this. It's a combination of all these services. Get you, Charles? Any other questions? Okay, guys, this is it. So this is for today's session. So we just have covered some few definitions, a few fundamentals of it, and in tomorrow's class also we'll try to cover the most of the fundamentals and definitions, different terminologies. So once we completed with those things, then we can try going and jump into AWS, Amazon Web Services, and we'll start using those things, and we'll start implementing the services, and we'll have all the practicals and all. So thank you, guys. Have a great day. Thank you. I'm closing the session now.